Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. What you gonna do? Doing something new. I might continue to do this. I'm gonna do it for the rest of the year. It's the monthly wrap up. All right. This is where you guys can come on live. And if you want to chat about any of the topics or anything that I didn't cover, feel free to do so. All right. I think the link is already in the description. Let me see if I can put the link in here real quick. Let me see here. Let me see if I can put it in the comments, the chat, however you want to put it. Let's see. Here we go. So y'all want to get on, you should be able to click that. All right. You should be able to click on that and come on in. But what I will definitely tell you is, in order for you guys to come on, you definitely got to show your face. And that's just from prior experience. All right. We're not gonna let you come on here without showing that grill. All right. So yeah, I thought it'd be pretty cool to go ahead. Let me see something right quick. All right, yeah. So feel free to click in. And yeah, I'm just gonna go through some topics that come to mind. All right. What's going on, y'all? So, feel free to come in. Y'all want to come in live? The link is in the comments. It should be in the description. I'm just gonna go over some topics that have occurred in the month of July. All right, trying to do a little something different. I'll probably do this for the rest of this year, and then maybe decide on it next year. I'm gonna do a monthly wrap up. Just some things that I've jotted down in the month of July. Some things that took place, and it might be some things I'm missing. And if y'all want to come on in, or feel free to comment anything I'm missing, then feel free to jump in and comment. All right. Let me remove that right there. We already started. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. You're rocking with the best thoughts of the week. Let's get it.
You are listening to Thoughts of the Week.
All right, what's going on? My head looking a little bit weird with the green screen, but it's all good. So what's up? Welcome to Thoughts of the Week podcast. And today I'm just going to go over some things. Got a few notes here. Might show a few screen shares in a little bit, just to keep you abreast of what's going on. Also, I might be using some wording. And if you pay attention enough, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say those words. All right. And there's a reason for that. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to do this monthly wrap up. So let's get started, man. The first one, and they're in no particular order. All right. I'm just going to kind of bounce back and forth. So the first one, of course, some of y'all might already be familiar with that, was the assassination of the president, the Haitian president. And a lot of people was finding that really suspect in the way that it occurred. And this guy's security wasn't apparently on point, right? And there was some other things in regards to that, saying that he was supposed to been left in February and wasn't going anywhere. So some things went down, and they, of course, off the dude. And some people might have been inside. They said it might have been an inside job, right? And they also got at his wife, clapped at his wife, but she survived it. And I think she made some comments recently as to, I guess, why they weren't able to get her and take her out, because she stated something about they thought she was already dead. I guess that's why they didn't bother to fool her any further. That's what I think the comments she had made. Let me try something here. I said I was going to use this as well. I was going to share it on there, but let me try another thing. Haven't used this in a while, so let me use it today. All right. So yeah, so that's the Haitian president in that situation. Then I think somebody took over for a minute, and then they was giving that person a little bit of problems. Yeah, bear with me for a second here. I'm getting ready to do something. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick here. And again, y'all, if you feel like commenting on anything, just click that link if you want to come on live. Feel free to do so. Or if you just want to comment in the comment section, the chat section, feel free to do that. All right. You see something here. What's going on? All right. Hope I'm doing this correct. Yeah, I think I am. There we go. All righty. So hopefully this will continue to work here. Have a little fun to a degree. All right. So yeah, we're talking about that the Haitian situation. All right. And next we come with the Simone Biles situation. I wanted to show a video. Hold on. Because this wasn't cool at all. Let me see if I got it in here. Because there's a little dusty dude. And I think that he's not the only person. Yeah, there we go. Let me see something here. He's not the only one that feels the type of way. All right, let's see there. Let's move it to there. There we go. All right, so let's pull this video up real quick. All right. Let's just give me a second here while I pull up this audio. Got to do some rearranging here. Let me see. I think that's what I need to get rid of. Eject for now. All right. There we go. I'm going to pull up some video here. All right, so bear with me a second. I'm going to pull some things up in a second here. All right, let me see if I can pull this up. Because a lot of people been in this misconception. Certain types of people been getting in this misconception about folks and thinking they all on an up and up. Right? Let's see where we at here. All right. So stand by a second. Oh, what am I doing here? Hold up. All right, here we go. I'll try to pull this up here. All right. Let's see here. See if I can find this thing. Let me see here. All right. I hope I put it in there correctly. Get this thing pulled up. All right, let me see here. So what's been going on with the Simone Biles situation is that there's been some people or a particular person, but like I said, he's not the only one that feels that way. He just went on and verbally expressed it. All right. And so I'm gonna go ahead and if I can pull this up here. If I can find it to pull it up. Thought I was pretty sure that I switched it over here. And I'm sure some of you have heard the comments being made, but I'm gonna play it here on the show. Let's see here. Yeah, y'all bear with me on a Saturday afternoon. Yo, so what's really going on? Let's try to get this thing pulled up here. All right. I don't know why it wasn't put here to begin with. It should be in here. I think y'all familiar with the dude Charlie Kirk. He made some little reckless comments. And I want to definitely say I'm in support of Simone Biles and the decision she decided she wanted to make. And I see what she's doing, and I get it. There we go. For some reason, it didn't switch. Let me put this over here. Let me try this. All right, maybe that'll work. All right. Now let's see. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now let's try to pull this bad boy up here real quick. Let's see if we can find it now. So yeah, there's been a lot going on in July. Like I said, some things might be missed. And if you catch this show when it's over, you can always add things in the comments there, if you so wish to do so. All right, let me see if we got them in here now. Hopefully we got him in here. I know he's got to be in here. There we go. All right, so here we go. We're going to pull this up.
Right. Well, Simone Biles, who's obviously a very talented gymnast, decided not to compete in the gold medal competition. Now, she probably could have just competed and just kind of checked the boxes and they would have got a gold medal. Simone Biles says, "This Olympic Games, I wanted to be for myself when I came in, and I felt like I was still doing it for other people," as she cried after the team event on Tuesday. So it like hurts my heart because doing what I love has been kind of taken away from me to please other people. Yeah, that's the point, Simone Biles. You're representing your nation, you're selfish sociopath.
Now, first of all, Notice how quick he's ready to throw out these names because somebody didn't want to do something that he wanted them to do, right? Notice that, right? All right. So notice that. I'm just checking my screen there. You're going to see some little freeze delays. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard's video sharing feature, but we're going to keep it going anyway. I don't know if it's because I have some windows open here or something else going on, but first off, I'm going to definitely say this. He's not the only one that thinks or feels that way. There are a bunch of you out there that think and feel that way on a regular basis, right? And all of a sudden, he's got to do the name calling, right?
You're selfish sociopath? You kidding me?
A selfless sociopath. So that's what this clown feels with no repercussions, right? Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Today it's like, you know what? I'm not going to do something stupid and get hurt. It's just not worth it, especially when you have like 3 amazing athletes that can step up to the plate and do it. So you know who has the gold medal? Russia. Russia. I have to go look at these 4'11" Russian Olympians chewing on their gold medals, smirking at the Americans. I'm not okay.
I wonder if Russia gonna get at him and holler at him. I'm curious, and then I'm curious if he gonna if they give him a little if they reach out and touch him to have a talk. I wonder if he gonna backtrack after that.
With that. But honestly, that's where we're headed. We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles. Again, if you want to be, if she got all these mental health problems, don't show up. She's an incredible athlete. Of course she's an incredible athlete. I'm not saying, I just said she's probably the greatest gymnast of all time. She's also very selfish. She's immature.
She's selfish and immature because she wanted to take care of her own mental health. So she's selfish and immature, Charlie Kirk, because she wanted to take care of her well-being, right? All of a sudden, you come out of nowhere and want to comment. She's gone through a lot of stuff. She even had some sexual situations going on with her with her camp, the gym camp, the trainers and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken, right? And this fool coming out here making comments, selfish and immature because she wants to back out. And there's no secret about what Japan has been doing. They're telling a lot of the black athletes they can't put up their fist. They can't say nothing about Black Lives Matter and stuff like to that effect, and do their own version of protesting while they're competing. So they've really been having muzzle put on them. And then this fool comes out with some goofy comments.
And she is a shame to the country. She's totally a sociopath. Of course she's a sociopath. Andrew said she's not a sociopath. What kind of person skips the gold medal match? Who does that? It's a shame to the nation. You just gave a gift to the Russians. Don't show.
No, it's a shame to you, and who gives a damn what you think about Charlie the Jerk Kirk? Charlie Jerk. There's a lot of people out there that's just like him, that a lot of y'all are one to snooze under and cuddle up with. And this is how they think about you and your people, right?
Up. If you're not ready for the big time, we got thousands of young female gymnasts that would love to take the place.
Like who? All of a sudden you got thousands. Name some. Charlie the Jerk, Kirk. Name some.
Thousands. Simone Biles just showed the rest of the nation that when things get tough, you shatter into a million pieces.
And then that's where we got this clown right here. Charlie the Jerk Kirk. Need to sit your punk behind down, sucker. Always a clown like that. And this is not the only one that believes this stuff, who thinks and talks like that and believes like that. All right. So this the type of people that some of y'all like to cuddle up with. All right. She's all these names because she wants to make sure her well-being is intact. And then people not taking her best interests as heart. And like I said, she has some issues with her training camp, if I'm not mistaken. Her doctors and stuff like that, the people training them, she had to get rid of them because of some sexual things going on. And it was just like that dude, Charlie Jerk. All right. So, yeah, that's on that. Right. So, with that being said, what about your boy Juvenile and Manny Fresh? Juvenile and Manny Fresh, you know, they wanted to do a remix of the song here, right? Let me see if we can pull that up real quick. I don't know if I want to pull it up though, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They remixed, they backed that thing up song, and instead they wanted y'all to take that blow pop. They want y'all to take the blow pop instead, right? I told you I was going to use certain words, so you just follow along with me. You know what I'm talking about. So your boy Juvie and Manny Fresh, they wanted y'all to pop that blow pop. And now everything is starting to cave in on that situation. All right. They're pushing y'all so hard to take the blow pop. But then all of a sudden, there's some backtrack on it. And of course, with your boy Biden, he's been getting a little backlash as well in relation to taking the blow pop and people having to wear the ski mask. You know what I'm saying? So it's been crazy, to say the least. All right. It's been crazy, to say the least. Let me look at some things here real quick. All right. So that was something else that happened this month. That Back That Thing Up song for you guys to take the blow pop. All right. So that wasn't cool at all. They a lot of people were saying, you know, how much money were they offered to do that? Because I know they wasn't doing that for free. You know what I'm saying? They was not doing that for free. All right. Let me see if I can pull this thing out. I might already took it down. But I think I have. So besides that, what we had in the news this month was your boy Mr. Prez and the DNC. There was one news article saying that they wanted the phone carriers to vet anybody who talks about the blow pop, and they wanted to vet them, and I don't know what else they wanted to do, but that sounds kind of shady, that you want to get with phone carriers, and then the phone carriers, if they was going along with that, that wasn't pretty cool. That wasn't cool either. All right. So one article said the DNC and Biden allies want phone carriers to vet any blow pop messages. All right. And you get what I mean when I say blow pop. Just kind of think a little bit and you know what I'm talking about. And then there was another article in the Defender where it was saying that the White House asked SMS carriers to monitor blow pop misinformation in private text messages at that. All right. Imagine that. Private text messages. They want phone carriers to monitor your messages. If you speak anything about the blow pop, they wanted to monitor you, your private messages. So that's to tell you a lot of stuff. If you were wondering before, that's to tell you a lot now. All right. That was like on July 12th and July 13th when those articles came out. All right. And of course, y'all know Bill Cosby was released. I don't know if that was in July or not. I don't think that might have been in June. So I think that was like towards the end of June. But I added in there, it was close to July. So that was the thing as well. A lot of people got upset with that. I read the actual documents on the previous podcast. If y'all missed it, y'all can go back to that. I think it's like where are we at now? I think it was like 105 or 104, 105, 106 episode where I was reading those, the actual documents to show why he was released and the events that took place on that. All right. So y'all take a look at that. And then, of course, we had the situation with the Florida collapse, the buildings that collapsed there. There wasn't a lot of talk about it. There was some things spoken on that was saying that there were some warnings like in 2010 and then maybe later on in maybe 2018, there was some more talks about it, but nothing was getting done. And so we don't know what's going to be the status of that in regards to anybody having to up some money for families being lost in that building collapse, those condos collapsing. All right. So that was another thing in July that happened in July. Also, since they were letting people out. Now, I was talking about this before because I have other channels, YouTube, Facebook, and stuff like that, where I talk more about personal protection. And before things was really starting to get underway, I started trying to tell people, look, you're going to have to start considering your personal security when you're doing your traveling, because a lot of activities are going to start kicking up. And that's exactly what ended up happening after they started letting people out more on a regular basis when things was getting back to a so-called normal or really a new normal. And now we don't even know what's going to happen. There was talks about doing another lockdown. I just seen something on the news today that that's not going to happen. A lot of people say they're not going to do that because I think if that was going to happen, it'll be a lot of chaos. If they started trying to demand all the cities and states get back to a lockdown again, due to a lot of people flying Delta. If you get what I'm saying, I told you I was going to speak in a certain language or a certain code. So there's been a lot of people who took the blow pop and now they're flying Delta. And so, and there was talks about lockdowns, and they was like, nah, we're not going to do that because there's speculation that it would cause a big, if you think of some crime now, there'll be some stuff going on if that were to happen. So they're not trying to do that. And then speaking of that, of course, with your boy Joe, like I said earlier, there was some backlash because first they were speaking about those who had took the blow pop didn't have to wear any ski mask. Right now, they're saying even the people who took the blow pop got to wear their ski mask again. It's going to be hard to wear a ski mask after you took a blow pop. Just imagine the blow pop candy, right? Just imagine having the blow pop in your mouth, right? The little stick that goes with it, and you trying to have a ski mask come over it. Ain't that hard to have that? That's kind of hard, ain't it? Right? If you get what I'm saying. I'm speaking in code. So if you get what I'm saying, right? So it's hard that a lot of people that took the blow pop, now they got to wear the ski mask inside and out, is what they're saying, right? So it makes you wonder, why were they even trying to give out the blow pops anyway? Why are they trying to give all them blow pops for people to take? I know the blow pop didn't say that it tastes good and stuff like that, right? But I don't know, man. So, and now it's like almost like it was worthless taking it, because now you got to put on your ski mask again. So that's not cool. So yeah, so he was getting some backlash, old Joe, because one moment a month or two ago they said one thing, and then the press secretary they pushed on her, trying to get some answers about, well, why did he say this just a month or two ago, and now it's changed to this. And then she did her best. What's her name? Pasaki or Jisaki or whatever her name is. She did her best to try to finagle her way with an answer, but it seemed like the reporters wasn't really having it, and they kept trying to press her on it. That was probably a few days ago. So yeah, so that was something that was going on as well. By the way, you guys, feel free. You want to come on live, but you got to show your face. You can't come on live unless you show your face, or you can just comment in the comments if you don't want to show your face. But the link should be in the description as well as the chat. You can just click on it, follow the directions, and I'll bring you on live if you want to talk about any of these topics or topics I haven't touched on that happened in July, right? So that was that on Biden. And of course, like I said, the violence was increasing. And I was trying to tell people, yo, you got to step your personal security up. As a matter of fact, like I said, on a few different channels, I was putting out videos of websites that you guys can research to you can locally research different types of crimes in a particular area. Let's say you're going to travel somewhere, you can research the type of crimes that happen in that particular area. And then there's a couple of international websites that you could check in different countries if you're going to go outside the country. And there was a website that you also can look up, and it give you all the types of health threats. It's all health related, whether it was flying Delta or Ebola or whatever, Zika, whatever type of diseases or viruses out there. You could look up this on this website, and it could show you anywhere around the globe where those health issues exist. And it's pretty, from what I've looked at, it's been pretty accurate. So yeah, I was trying to tell people that as well, and to start, stepping up their personal security, because a lot of stuff has been happening. There's been a lot of people with a lot of gunplay. Once people started being able to kind of frequently be out in the streets a lot more regularly, there's been a lot of gunplay going on as well. So, and yeah, so a lot of people been unfortunately taking who took the blow pop, and now they're flying Delta. And so some people are upset about that. But there was a lot of people trying to say, you might not want to fool with the blow pop right now. You might want to give it a little bit of time before you decide to take the blow pop. So I see a lot of people's been quiet about it. A lot of people who took the blow pop being real quiet. He was high-fiving each other at first, trying to make the ones who didn't take the blow pop feel bad. And now the ones who took the blow pop, they still saying they got to wear a ski mask too. All right. So in other news, also what happened, let me see here. I don't know if I have it up here. We'll pull it up here in a minute. Oh, yeah, here we go. I was talking about the Haitian, the wife of the Haitian president. I'll pull it up here in a second. All right. But yeah, Trump earlier this month was trying to sue Facebook, Google, and Twitter for censorship. And a lot of people blowed him off, but Not that I'm capable of or nothing like that, but actually that can affect a lot of you as well who are Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and other social media, what he was doing, if it was really him really trying to push for that, or it was more just more hype. But it actually could affect a lot of you. Because supposedly I thought you wasn't supposed to censor. And so these private, I guess they're considered private companies at the same time, although you can publicly use them. It seems as if they're using that to censor people, and we all heard the stories. I even got banned for a week. Y'all might not even realize on not on Facebook, not on Twitter, but yeah, you just take a guess. So if you speak about certain things, they don't want you to put out certain information, right? But it's funny how the stuff not only myself but other people have said now is starting to come around. The truth starting to kind of reveal itself a little by little by little by little. And so it's kind of interesting when you try to put out some information to inform people, not to scare nobody, but to inform them. And so they can make better decisions instead of just being pumped a certain narrative, one narrative only, when there were so many things as a whole to let people know about. That way they can make better decisions, and they want to shut you down for a week or two, or some people, they done took their channel down and trying to paint people a certain way that speak on certain issues. So this is the world we living in. This is the people we got to deal with. When you got people who are honestly wanting to try to do their research, look at things, see what things are, actually taking the information that a lot of them have already put out, and you're showing them, hey, this is some information they put out, but they don't want you to see this or know this. They only want you to know this. They want to keep pumping this information to you, and that's it. All right, you get what I'm talking about here. So a lot of that's been going on. Like I said, I'm not the only channel that's been banned, but in shadow banned at times. So some people have subscribed to, whether it was YouTube, Facebook, I don't know about Twitter too much, and Instagram. And then I would go every now and then check the subscriber count, and all of a sudden out the blue, 2 or 3 pop off. And then a day or two later, 2 or 3 pop back on again. So like, oh, they shadow banning folks, and sometimes unsubscribing people from your channels or your platforms with no rhyme or reason. Like I said, I've looked at things, I'll see several drop, then a day or two later they up, and then maybe one drops the next day, and then maybe 3 or 4 days or the next week get 3 or 4 or 5 back up. So you guys who are checking out any of my channels or watching me now, make sure you check periodically. Make sure you hadn't been unsubscribed, and actually hit that bell if you're on YouTube. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on Facebook and my other pages on Facebook. I don't know if there's a way to, other than hit, I think it's follow, you can hit on my personal page. And then I think you can do the same thing on the other pages, and hopefully they won't remove you again. Now, I don't know how Twitch works for you guys watching me on Twitch right now. Shout out to y'all. I just started getting back on Twitch. I did it like a couple of times to play around with it. But then I see there's some things going on with Twitch. I don't think it's nothing like they're trying to shade me or anything like that. It's just some new features or some functions they kind of rearrange. So I got back out again and get that together so where the videos can stay on there kind of permanent. I think they go away after the lives go over. So got to figure that out on Twitch. All right. So, yeah, so that's what's going on. A little censorship going on, a little shadow banning when you try to honestly put out information. Sometimes the truth, people don't like it. They get upset. Like there's been a lot of comments in my YouTube about a certain video, but it's funny because I have 2 other videos since then that you can connect the dots with that particular video. but they don't never comment on the other 2 videos that are connected with that. They just focus on one video. So it's let me know the little trolls be out there as well. But like I said, I take everybody's comments. I'm not gonna. I thought for a while, and I might still do it later on. But I thought for a while that I might start banning some people and blocking them. But I like to play strategic sometimes myself, and so I'll let you go on and make your comments. So go ahead and comment. All right, so I might change my mind later, but yeah, you stay on there and comment for now. Anyway, real quick, man, I'm gonna take a quick little break. All right, and I will be right back. All right, stay tuned. I'll be right back. Sit down and brainstorm potential things that can happen. All right, potential situations that can occur. I'm giving you a list here of possible things that can happen. You got fires, you have flash floods, home invasions, hailstorms, hurricanes. A pipe might burst in your house because it's real cold in the winter at that time. It might burst in the summer. All right, just never know. Tornadoes, blizzards, snow, mudslides, earthquakes, etc. All right. To prepare yourself for potential emergencies, take the free course, Simple Emergency Planning in 4 Easy Steps. Did I mention free? The link is in the description. Safe house is a location other than your primary residence that you can go to whenever you need assistance or protection from any possible criminal or violent encounters. The first thing you want to start off with, though, is look for your fire departments, your police departments, your EMS stations. Look for that first, and then look for your 24-hour locations. You don't want to look at gas stations, gyms that are open up for 24 hours. You want to look at hotels, stores like Walmart, things of that nature. That way, if something happens, an emergency occurs, you already know where they at. Go right to them. If you want to learn more on how to protect yourself, get the course, How to Be Your Own VIP Protection Specialist. The link is in the description. All right, yeah, so we back. Let me get that countdown timer out of here. All right. So we back. Yeah, so be sure to check out those courses. The Simple Emergency Planning in 4 Easy Steps. That's a free course. If I don't have the links in there, I'll be putting it on after this episode, after I'm done here. And the other course, How to Be Your Own VIP Protection Specialist. Of course, that's learning how to be your own bodyguard. I have that. I haven't put that course up yet. It's done. I just got to upload the videos, and I'll put the link in the description as well, so you guys can purchase that. So yeah, I was telling y'all a lot of stuff going down on the criminal side of things, and I think those courses can be very helpful to you. All right. So one thing I want to also tell you, when I was talking about the banning and shadow banning the channels, and like I said, my channel was banned for about a week. Other people's channels been banned, shadow banned, where they make it hard for people to know when you're coming on live, and if they see your channel is one of those channels that you might inform some people on some real stuff. You might wake some eyes up, and I guess my channel, or one of them anyways, is like that. Although there's entertainment stuff on this channel as well. I got to put some videos out on that. But you guys can go to podcast 33. All right. I talked about, I did a show there about was Google trying to censor people. So you might want to go back to check that one out. I think that I don't know how long ago. It might have been a year ago or more. So I've been paying attention to this for a while, and I always keep my eyes open and watching things, even when I don't comment on stuff. I see what's going on out there. All right, I'm watching a lot of things. All right, so let's move on, man. There's another thing here. I just wrote down some notes, and like I said, I'm gonna pull some stuff up on the screen here in a minute. Yeah, some states were reporting that they were having low blow pop rates, and then had 3 times more cases of the jungle fever. All right. Like I said, just put 2 and 2 together with the words I'm using. All right. There was some reports. It was like in July the 12th, kind of in the middle of the month, that was going down, where they said the places that were having low blow pop, a lot of people weren't taking the blow pop. They were saying there were more cases of jungle fever. Okay. If you get what I'm saying. All right. So that was going on. And there was something that went on in Tennessee that I didn't know. Apparently, somewhere in the middle of the month as well, they was announcing they were going to halt any blow pop outreaches, including giving blow pops to children. Because, sometimes candy's not always good for kids. So you don't want to give them the blow pop all the time, right? It's not always good to give kids candy. Okay. So Tennessee was actually stopping, because apparently they was doing outreach to give people, the blow pop outreach, try to encourage people to take the blow pop. Everybody don't want to catch cavities all the time. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to catch the cavities. All right. That might be another code word, catching the cavities. I said jungle fever, but, you might catch cavities. So they're trying to keep everybody from catching cavities out here. So they want to offer the blow pop to folks. But even the people that they gave the blow pop to, they got to wear the ski mask now. You know what I'm saying? So I might have to use that. Yeah. So we're going to change up the wording here. So, yeah. They didn't want, some people just didn't care about if they caught cavities. They didn't want to fool with the blow pop. But there was some blow pop outreach in Tennessee. But they put a halt on it. They announced on July 14th, Tennessee announced plans to halt all blow pop outreach, including giving blow pops to children. All right. They were trying to prevent the cavities, but for now they figure, well, we're gonna stop handing out blow pops, and if they catch cavities, oh well. Right. Right. So that was going on in Tennessee mid-month. And now also the White House was trying to put placing pressure on Silicon Valley to call out a certain group. That I'm gonna use the words the Dirty Dozen. All right. Again, I got my own clever words on some things. All right. So July 16th, the White House was putting pressure on Silicon Valley. I don't know if you guys know about that, to call out the Dirty Dozen, or sometimes I call them the Baker's Dozen. All right. Just follow with me and you'll kind of get what I'm talking about. My lingo, my slang. Okay. So they was trying to put pressure on Silicon Valley about the Baker's Dozen putting out certain types of information out there. I don't know why they wanted Silicon Valley to put pressure on them. I guess because they control the technology, I take it, right? So that was news as well. Let me pull this thing up real quick. I want to show y'all some visuals sometime. I don't want to be boring, y'all. All right. For those who are listening to the podcast or will be listening to it, I guess it doesn't affect you one way or the other. But those who are watching, let me give you a few visuals real quick here. I was talking about this. Let me see. It always does this. That's something. StreamYard, you're going to have to fix this. There's a thing I've been noticing when you try to share a screen on several windows you got to choose from, it does a certain thing. All right, there we go. I was talking about this earlier about the Haitian president's wife. The wife of the slain Haitian president says she survived the attack because the assassins thought they killed her already. All right. Martine Moise speaking at the funeral for her husband, Haitian President Jovenel Moise. Martine Moise was with her husband, Haiti's president, when he was assassinated on July 7th. She told the New York Times she laid still in front of the killers until they left. When they left, they thought I was dead, she said. Shout out to her, because in life or death situation, she was thinking on her feet. And that's a lesson to be learned by everyone, really. All right. The wife of Haiti's oh, it's not showing up here. Hold on. I'm bugging. There we go. All right. The wife. Here we go. I forgot I have this thing at a certain setting. So again, the wife of the slain Haitian president says she survived the attack because the assassins thought they'd killed her. All right. The wife of Haiti's assassinated president said she managed to live because she lay still on the floor during the attack, and the hitmen thought they had killed her. Jovenel Moise was assassinated in his home on July 7th. His wife, Martin, and they were saying also, they was also trying to say that dude was a real butthead. I can't say one way or another. I don't know. But they saying he was a real a-hole to people, maybe citizens, and maybe not. Maybe that's just something the propaganda they putting out there so they can make it people kind of feel a little bit more at ease that, oh, well, since he was a butthead and they killed him, I guess, no big deal. That could be propaganda or it could be true. I don't know. You would have to really talk with people who live out there to get more accurate information. That's just something they threw out there. His wife, Martine Moise, was shot in the arm. She was in critical condition after the attack. And then maybe it was a thing where if these guys were professional assassins, they probably knew what they was doing anyway by just shooting her in the arm. They didn't try to shoot her 1,000 times. It might have all been done on purpose. Never know. Just never know with these things. It might have been a specific target they wanted to take out. And just everybody else is just extras in the game. And it wasn't too much of a threat to the assassins. So we don't know all the details of why dude was assassinated. There was some talk about, like I said, that he was just a butthead to citizens or just a butthead in general. That could be all propaganda. All right. They were saying there was speech or talk about him supposedly was supposed to have been leaving in February, and he just said, I ain't going nowhere. So then they was like, well, guess we got to take him out. He ain't going to go nowhere, so we could put in who we need to put in. It could have been that. Just never know. In an interview with New York Times published on Friday, she said that as the killers left, one shined a flashlight in her eyes, apparently checking whether she was still alive. When they left, they thought I was dead, she said. She said the killers shot her husband dead beside her in their bedroom. The only thing that I saw before they killed him were their boots. Then I closed my eyes and I didn't see anything. She said that when the gunfire started, she woke up her 2 children and told them to hide in the bathroom. The children survived the attack. That's good. Haiti has detained several Colombians, Haitians, and Haitian Americans. The Times noted that critics had pointed out that the assassins would have needed to be financed. And that's another thing that all of a sudden they spoke about that as well, and it kind of started getting quiet because I'm sure they wanted to get paid for what they were doing, right? And so the question was, running around like, yo, who put the money up for this? And Then when you can find out the money trail, you can find out who was really involved, and that might answer a lot of questions as to who wanted him assassinated, right? That might speak a lot of volumes if you start following the money. So yeah, that was a thing. But like I said, there's not too much talk. You don't hear nobody talking too much about that now. Ain't nobody trying to talk about follow the money trail. But I'm sure there's somebody within their group trying to do just that, or getting down to that. All right. So that was situation, the Haiti situation. All right. So back to what I was saying. In LA County, this was in the middle of the month. LA County announced it was reinstating the ski mask due to the rise in cavities, or due to the rise in jungle fever, if you catch my drift. All right. Let me see. Somebody made a comment there. This might be in French. I don't know what it says. I hope it's something decent. If it's something disrespectful, because I'm gonna look that up and find out what you wrote. Liberté sounds like liberty, so I could kind of figure that out. Something to do with liberty or freedom. The other parts there, I'm not completely sure on that. But all right, you commented on it. Doug. I hope it's something not disrespectful, or you trying to control a clown. But I'm gonna look that up. I'm not gonna get away that easy. Matter of fact, let me do that right now. Let me see what you talking about here. I can figure out liberty for that much. I took up French years ago, French, Italian, and Spanish, so I could pick out certain words here and there from time to time. You ain't gonna get by me too easy, or anybody. I remember one time, just kind of going a little bit off topic, years ago. It was years ago. Maybe in the mid 90s or so. Some people were talking Spanish and didn't know that I can pick up some words there. And when I happened to pick out certain words, I confronted them in English, and their eyes got real big. I was like, "Oh, you didn't know that I know a little Spanish?" I said, "Watch your mouth." I know what you were saying. And they got real quiet, and the eyes got big, and they just put their head down and kept on walking. So yeah, I could pick up some stuff in different languages. Italian, French, not French, but Italian, Spanish, Portuguese have some similarities. Not all the way. Some words have some similar sounds and spellings that I can kind of pick out and say and tell what people might be trying to say. What am I doing here? Let me figure out what you wrote, homie. Let's see what you wrote. I know it says freedom, so I was good on that. Let me see what else you got here. Oh, la mort. Where we at here? Let me see what you were saying here. Liberty or dead, or the dead in English. Liberty or death, you can say. Let me see. Yeah, this might be it right here. Yeah, liberty or the dead. Okay. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to take it you wasn't trying to be a smart Alex. So, all right. So, liberty or the dead. And I don't know if that was in comments to the Haitian, to president, stuff like that. So, okay, cool. I don't know what you're trying to say in regards to that. I don't know if you're trying to say, speaking about them and their situation, the president and wife and all stuff like that. I don't know. But that's the best translation I could find at the moment compared to what I was talking about. You just said liberty or the dead, or another translation I'll add to that, you saying liberty or death, freedom or death for the Haitians, maybe. Okay. I'll let you slide. You that I'm not gonna take it. You was trying to get smart. All right. Yeah. So yeah, that's what was going on. LA, like I said, LA County announced that this was July 16th. Announced that it was reinstating the ski mask due to the rise in jungle fever. July 27th, the first hearing regarding the terrorist attack, the Capitol building. I didn't watch really none of that stuff, man, because I didn't think it's not gonna really get anywhere. It's a lot of BS in my book. The police officer gave his little testimony, but something don't jive right. The vibe or something about it just don't add up. So that's what was going on then. Let me see what else I got up here. Excuse me. I'm gonna pull up some other things here. Hospitals and all right, let's pull this up real quick. These are just articles that I found a few days ago. I didn't really get into them and read them because a lot of times I like to do it in real time when I get on live with you guys. Every now and then I might go through some articles, look in them, and then I'll say, hey, I need to go put this on here. Because I was talking about Simone Biles earlier. All right. So let's just pull her back up. I was talking about that. And I played that little clown, Charlie the jerk, condescending. So apparently, looks like Texas official apologizes for calling Simone Biles a national embarrassment. It's kind of interesting. You know, I'm just trying my best not to get on here and start cussing, or cursing, however you want to put it. But you know, a lot of these fools got a lot of nerve. How about you take your ass out there and compete? If you're so mad about Simone, and I hope Simone sees what's really up, and her eyes is open. Since a lot of you who are a part of that being upset with her, if you got such a problem with her doing that, take your ass out there to compete. Now, I want to say a lot more, but I'm trying to keep it PG. All right. But you need to take your ass out there and go to Tokyo and compete. Then if you got an issue with her, wanting to stand down on it, and you calling her all type of names. Like I said, I've told y'all early on, I said it was more than one person, more than Charlie Jerk that felt that way. Here you got a Texas Deputy Attorney General Aaron Reese issued out an apology to Simone. Now, this is a Texas Deputy Attorney General Aaron Reese issued out an apology to Simone Biles after calling the decorated American gymnast a national embarrassment. Let me just take a look here. July 30 article. So I told you already this, and I didn't even read, like I said, I didn't read this. I just seen the title, the headline title. I was like, oh, let me click that. And, talk about it when we go live. And I told you when I played that video of Charlie Jerk that he wasn't the only one out there that feels this way. And even when things, the smoke clears and this is all said and done and the Olympics is over, they all still feel that way about I'm going to say black women because that's who the target was. But it might be more than that. But it seemed like everybody want to comment. And let's just be clear, it's been white men that's been doing it. Got something to say about this black young lady wanting to make sure her head is together. And like I said, if I'm not mistaken, she had some issues with her trainers. I think the doctor they had, might have been touching her up in some weird ways and stuff. And that all has an effect on you. You got to be thinking about that and thinking about this. And then the games they be playing in the actual Olympics, like I said earlier, they're trying to prevent a lot of the black athletes from doing their protests. Like in past Olympics, you watch the old Olympics in previous years, people want to make their comments and take a stand for social injustices and stuff like that. And they really trying to push all the black athletes, trying to put muzzles on them pretty much and leave them quiet. And of course, with all that, Japan, Asia, Asian, and you got all the Asian situations going on here in the U.S., connect the dots, put those puzzle pieces together, and you'll see the picture, right? So that's what's been going on as well. Everybody wants to call her names, and now all of a sudden she's this and she's that, and she's an embarrassment. She's I forgot what Charlie Jerk said, but you can play it back when you I think you can do it as I'm live too. You can go back and play it and see what he said. The Jerk said. All right. So all of a sudden they all types of names. So keep that in mind, ladies, black women, keep things in mind. I'm gonna leave it at that. Keep things in mind when you deal with folks. All right. We're going to leave it at that. Let's see. Well, there's another one here. Stumble. Oh, there was something about Simone Biles. Not. Let's see. What is this about here? Oh, another thing that's happened. I don't think I wrote it down in my notes. But I might have wrote it. I wrote it down. The Department of Justice will not be investigating New York Governor Andrew Cuomo for his handling of the jungle fever in those nursing homes. And I understand also there's some situations that were similar that happened in New York that happened also in Michigan and Pennsylvania this month. They were talking about that as well. I don't know if it's this month, but it happened earlier, but they were talking about it this month. That are some similar things with the nursing homes. And you notice how they kept on trying to bring up the sexual type harassment stuff on Andrew Cuomo. And I think that started dying down. And I think that was to kind of put that out in front to cover up the things that was going on at these nursing homes in New York. All right. So I guess the DOJ is not going to be investigating him for it. I don't know if anybody's going to be investigating anybody in regards to that. Just imagine you have a elderly mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt, and they're in the nursing homes, and all of a sudden this jungle fever comes around, and there's no blow pops to give out for the jungle fever at the time, and a little shady stuff been getting done. I think they're state. Some of them might have been state facilities, if not all of them, nursing homes. So of course the governor will be in charge and responsible for that to some degree, higher or lower degree, and a lot of foul stuff been happening. Now that's being kept real quiet. They don't hear too much about what it was that happened, but apparently they're not going to investigate good old Andrew Cuomo, right? So that was another thing this month. So like I said, there's been a lot going on, man. A lot going on, right? And speaking of Juvenile and Manny Fresh, what I spoke about earlier, now your boy Boozy doing the same thing, trying to push the blow pop on folks, try to encourage people to take the blow pop. Some people don't want the candy, don't want no candy right now. All right, they'd rather catch cavities instead of messing with blow pops at this point in time. They'll take their chances catching the cavities. But Boozy out there trying to tell folks, go on and eat you some of that blow pops so you can come to my concert. Some people are just, you can pretty much pay them to do whatever and they'll do it. and not keep their integrity intact. So, yeah, people looking at Boozy real funny. For those who know who I'm talking about, they're looking at him real funny. And of course, Tariq Nasheed is one to put together his hidden history museum in California. And there are a lot of black folks that are hating on him as well about this move he's wanting to make. He's mentioned something about there's another museum out there in California, I think, or somewhere in the area or in the state. And I guess it's a black related museum. And the first time, like when you walk in, because I seen a video, he was actually doing a walk in. And as soon as you walk in there or somewhere in the beginning stages of this museum, you seen a lot of, there was pictures of black women and they butts out. And that was supposed to be Black history, showing their behinds on the wall. So he's trying to put his thing together and show some real factual Black history and focusing on different areas of Black history. And of course, as always, that's going to always be a given. I learned this some years back. Whenever you're going to try to do something good, bad is going to try to come and try to throw you off your square. And that's going to be a given no matter what. You got goals you want to try to accomplish. There's going to be one person or a group of people that's always going to try to shut you down. That's going to happen all your life. So don't get so bent out of shape when people start trying to throw the monkey wrenches in your things. The best bet is to kind of keep your plans quiet and just to a few people you can trust. If not, keep it real low profile until you get to certain stages at certain levels. And by then they can hate all they want, but you already got things rolling. So if you got a small group of people that encourage you or you could tell your plans to, and they'll give you more sound advice as opposed to trying to critique you or criticize you or try to throw a monkey wrench or steal your plans or steal your ideas. If you got some people like that, whether it's family or friends, whatever, yeah, rock with them, but don't be too open. And something like this, you're going to have to be open anyway. So you just got to expect that people are going to try to throw monkey wrenches in. You just make sure you plan for those attacks, because you're going to know, okay, I got to publicly tell people these things. I'm trying to get this done. I want to do these for the people. I want people to see real Black history and not the watered down and lies they've been telling over the years in schools. That's another thing. A lot of school, I'll talk about that in a second. And so anytime you got something planned, keep it kind of quiet if you can, or keep it to a minimum of people that, hey, they just going to give you more advice or give you more ideas to add on to what you're doing, or they just encouraging type. You can deal with them, have them in your circle. But even whether you do or don't, if people start seeing or getting wind of you up to something and it's going to be something positive, good, just expect that there's going to be somebody going to try to talk about you or try to slow you down from it happening, or throw a monkey wrench in, or somebody you might have to get in contact with to kind of go further with what you're doing. And that person might hate on you and set you astray. So start thinking like that. If you think like that, when you get ready to do something like, hey, I know there's going to be attacks coming, then you won't start feeling like, I'm not going to do it because everybody's always trying to attack me. You'll be a lot more mentally strong and still be able to go and do what you got to do. All right. So I just thought I'd just put that in there real quick when I'm saying that. Now, what did I just say? I just said I was going to talk about something. I guess I'll talk about it. If you guys remind me, I just said I would talk about it. But anyway, Amanda Seales. There is there's either a movie already out or they're getting ready to make a movie about Venus and Serena's dad, Black man. And I guess they're going to put in there him working with his girls and being part of making them the champions they were and they are. And here we got, and this is not everybody, but for some reason, because Amanda Seals is, if I'm not mistaken, she's not Black Americans. Yes, she's Black, but she's like a more an immigrant, like she comes from another country or a family. And that's not to say anything about folks that way. But let me see here. Got a little message. All right. So for some reason, and it always seems like a lot of and not everybody, so don't start coming in the comments with your trolls, because I realize it's not everybody. But what I've noticed is that a lot of Black immigrants that come from the islands or Africa, and I think I even played a video or talked about it on a previous podcast episode, they always seem to hate on the Black Americans, the ones who don't have an immigrant background, the ones who are more connected to the Blacks that were already here. And matter of fact, let me write that down so I don't forget. And I'll speak on that in a second. All right. So it seems like some, not all, and I'm sure not all Jamaicans, those of you are Jamaican background, Antiguan, Panamanian, Trinidadian, Tobago, any from the African countries. I know some of y'all are not like this, but you have a lot of them that are like that. They always got something to say about Black Americans' activities. And I did a video podcast about the difference between the two, the native Blacks and the immigrant Blacks as well. Read it from Claude Anderson's book and broke that down. And so there always seems to be some type of haters, always got something smart to say. And they talk about the Blacks here, but so much is going on in their country, but they never speak on them leaving their country instead of them staying back there where they from and making their place better. And like I said, that's just going to some of y'all. If the shoe fits, then wear it. All right. Otherwise, some of y'all who are immigrants, y'all rocking with what I'm saying. Y'all rocking with the movement. Y'all get it. And I'm not talking about y'all. But there's a few that are out there. They got a lot of smart comments to make. They talk about Black Americans. And there was also, this is not what I'm going to speak about, it's something else that's related. But there was, like I said, a past podcast I think I did, where there was these ladies, I think there was news people in Africa, and they even said, I think one of them might have been Nigerian. They even admitted, one of the ladies even admitted that her parents used to try to say some stuff about the Black Americans. And then she realized, like, oh, wait a minute. But that's how, if it wasn't for the Black Americans fighting for everything, it wouldn't be available for them to be even coming to America. So she recognized that a lot of Blacks, native Blacks, Black Americans fought for a lot of stuff for a lot of the immigrants to be able to come to this country. So there's some people that get it. So I'm not talking about y'all. It's just some of y'all that still think that your poop don't smell when you coming out here. But yet you got other people from other countries taking over your land as well. China is over there in Jamaica taking over there. China's over there in Africa and parts of Africa taking over. But y'all bringing y'all butts over here instead of standing up and fighting with y'all continent and y'all country. So that just goes out to y'all. Again, don't put no crazy comments because I made it clear some of y'all like that. Not everybody. I think I grew up with some Jamaican dude. I know I have. And I never got that vibe from them. But thinking about it as an adult, thinking back, I've had a slight wondering that their parents might have been, because some of them always have a vibe like they're better because they're better than because we're Nigerian or we're from Jamaica. And sometimes I had a little vibe that, but just thinking back, that back then it didn't touch me as much. But then thinking about, like, wait a minute, they was cool. The ones we grew up with, they seemed like they was pretty cool. But I wonder if their parents was really trying to put something in their head, not to hang around too much around them. And that's what that lady said that was from Africa. I think, like I said, she was from Nigeria. And another lady that was on there too had kind of chimed in on the same thing, that their parents was trying to talk greasy about the Black Americans. Oh, don't hang around them. They do this. They want to have sex all the time, and they do crimes and da 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 da. So, yeah, some of y'all is greasy like that. But Amanda Seales, back to her. Amanda Seales. She made some comments. I think she removed it. Seemed like this is what I've been thinking about her too. As my camera's getting blurry, it'll come back eventually. But she apparently has something. She was hating on the fact that they want to do a film like, what's this? I think Will Smith is supposed to be playing the Venus Serena's dad in this film. And so she was saying that, well, Will Smith is playing in this. What's all that about? Or something to that effect, as if she was hating on it. Now, I don't know if she was trying to hate on Will Smith playing them, maybe because their father's dark skinned and Will Smith is not dark. I don't know if she's trying to, and I'm not trying to make no excuses for her, because she said some greasy stuff in the past, so she don't get a pass. She's still been saying some greasy stuff about Black Americans. All right. So she don't get a pass. But here we go again. They're doing a film about a Black man that done something positive to get his daughters to be champions. And some of y'all might want to look up on YouTube where there was an interview where it was a white man interviewing, I think, Venus, if I'm not mistaken. And the dad was sitting in the background. And I guess apparently before they got on or something, he must have told the white dude, like, hey, don't be doing this or don't be doing that. Don't be asking her, saying, try to discourage her from what she's doing. And then he went on there on air. The dude was interviewing, I think his name is Richard. The dad's name is Richard, but Venus, I think, and trying to ask her some questions like to make her think in a discouraging way about herself. And he went off on her. He went in the middle of the interview. He went off on her and told him, I forgot all the words, but he pretty much got in his face. Was like, yo, didn't I tell you about you trying to discourage my daughter? And so when you got Black men that's trying to stand up, for some reason, a lot of people seem to hate that for some reason. If you acting all soft and meek and buttery and sugary, and it seems like you not a threat. But when you trying to stand up for something that's right, for some reason, you seem like you a real threat for some reason. And then they don't dislike you. They don't like no heterosexual man standing up for themselves. It's kind of weird. I mean, right now, this is going on. You can't say nothing to nobody. You say something and there's a problem. So, yeah. So Amanda Seales apparently has some issue about this film. So she's been on that vibe for a minute. And I think she might have deleted. I think it was on Instagram. She put that comment. I think, or she might have made a video or something like that. And when I tried to go up there to find it, I didn't see it. So I guess she must have deleted it. But she's always saying something, and she's also from one of the islands. I forget. I think she even admitted to it on one of her previous videos. So she's not a native Black American. And it just goes into what I was talking about, what I said I'm going to talk about because I wrote it down this time. There was a video, and this was, I guess this was recently too, this month. There was might have been a Black lady asking this white man, or the white man might have commented on it or something. But the white guy said that, or the lady might have asked him, I don't know what was the backstory on that. And the white guy said, yeah, the Black people from America, they're the real Indians, they're Black Indians. And then she said, well, why do you think they telling, I forgot exactly the word. I'm trying to remember exactly what she asked him. But he was telling her, like, yeah, y'all the real Indians. I don't know why they keep trying to tell y'all lies like y'all haven't been here. Y'all been here before everybody. And this wasn't no real. He didn't look the dude didn't look super old. This white guy didn't look super old. He definitely wasn't young, but he looked to be in his 40s or 50s, maybe early 60s at best. But he told the lady, I guess the lady knew, and I guess they might have been kind of going back and forth. And he's like, "Yeah, y'all the real Indians. The black people are real Indians. I don't know why they doing that in schools and not teaching that and not telling that, but that's the fact. And a lot of black people don't seem to believe that. Y'all were already here before anybody else got here." So I found that very interesting because, like I said, I was talking about the immigrants. You got black immigrants. Yeah, we're all black, but there was some that were already here. And I think my relatives have some background in Indians. I understand. I've been told that one of my relatives might have some paperwork somewhere with those facts on it that have we got some Indian background. So there were black Indians here, and there were some white explorers back in maybe the 17 or 1800s that they wrote documents, and their documents admitted that when they got on in America, they seen all these dark-skinned black people, but they're not teaching that in school. They want to teach the alphabet history. I'm speaking in code again, so y'all know what I'm talking about. They want to teach the alphabet history and erase all this slavery and stuff like that, which is something else I was going to add in there as well. I think recently I remember hearing an article or some news thing about Texas wanting to try to erase the slavery thing in their books or change it to make it reflect. So when they start teaching the kids, they want them to believe that the slaves enjoyed being slaves and that the slave masters were actually helping them and that they were giving them food and giving them housing. And that sounds way off kilter, way off, way off. So the mind games, they're trying to get to the kids, and they got some adults, they gonna grab them and making them believe something totally false. That wasn't even, there's so many documents regarding slavery is ridiculous, but to put that in books and to teach that goes back to this country is built on telling a lot of lies, and they still built on telling a lot of lies. And so that was real crazy that you're going to put that in school books, but now you're going to be teaching the alphabet people's history, in which is Patrice Cullors, Billy Porter, Lil Nas X. You're going to try to say, put them in the history books as if they did some amazing things, which is a bunch of garbage, which brings me back, makes me remember now about the rapper DaBaby. There were some things he got on stage. Some of you might be aware of that, and made some comments on stage that the alphabet people, the alphabet citizens didn't like, and some of the white supremacists or the suspected white supremacists didn't like him saying. And so they trying to give him some pushback. And I think he might have apologized or try to apologize a little bit, but still was trying to stand in on what he said at the same time. So it's just funny thing about people in the entertainment and the sports, things like that. For some reason, they always have this leash on y'all where they can control when you want to speak out and tell some things. They always seem to have that leash around your neck and want to pull you back into doing what they want you to do. And you got to be real strong if you're getting into them spaces, the entertainment space and the sports space. They always seem to try to put a muzzle on what you can say and not say. And that's not cool either. All right. So I think that might be it, man. That's the monthly wrap up. I definitely appreciate y'all. Well, there was some things on here I think I was gonna pull up before I get out of here. And let me see here. Oh, let me pull this up. I don't know if I should though. I'm trying to be very strategic around here. Let me pull this up though. Hold on. Because I was wondering what's all this about. I think this has something to do with Amazon wanting to get some land or something like that. Let me pull that up. But before I do, man, let me go back to a quick break. I'll pull this up and then we'll end it on that. All right. We'll do that. So we'll be right back. Take a quick break, and then I'm going to pull up this article real quick, and we'll get out of here. All right. Be right back. Do you know the power of whiteboard animation videos? Whiteboard animation video captures your viewer's attention and aids in retaining information. So it doesn't matter if the viewers are children, teens, or adults. The results would turn out to be a very positive experience. So if you're interested in having these types of videos made for you, I will create your animated whiteboard videos. All you have to do now is decide on which plan best fits your budget, and we can get started today. Don't worry, if you have any questions, you can contact me by text or email. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Are you thinking about starting a new business, but maybe having trouble coming up with a new business name? Maybe you're even thinking about coming up with a slogan for your business. You might even be thinking about coming up with a new website name for your business. Say no more, because I will brainstorm that business name, that slogan, and I will research those domain names so that you will be able to use one of those names for your website. All right, so all you have to do now is pick a package that fits your budget, and I will see you on the other side. All right, take care. Peace. All right. So if you need whiteboard animation videos created, or if you're starting a business, maybe it's your first business, or maybe it's your second, third, maybe you're doing a side hustle and you need to come up with a good name, a slogan, and you might want to use a name for your website. I can do all that for you. I will create that animated whiteboard videos, and I can also brainstorm some business names for you. All the links will be in the description. If they're not now, I will be putting them back in once the show is over. All right. So if you're interested in all that, definitely check it out. The courses, the services, check it out. All right. So let's get back. And I said I was going to pull this up before I get out of here. Let me just make sure there's anything else. I want to do this other article, but then I think I'm going to leave it alone because I could talk about it in code again. So let's see. Now we're going to hit this one up real quick. So let's check this out. Let's see where we are. There we go. Found this kind of interesting. So yeah, let me see if this pulls up here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's Amazon's doing or something else. But nooses, anger, and no answers inside the uproar over a future Amazon site. So apparently they've been some nooses found. Let me pull that up here. On a site that they're prepping, I guess maybe for Amazon to come in and put one of their warehouses. But somebody's been hanging nooses over there. Always trying to aggravate folks. The town of Windsor has developed a niche in the world of warehouses and manufacturing, taking advantage of wide open spaces and crisscrossing interstates in nearby Hartford. Walgreens has a large facility here, as does Dollar Tree. So when Amazon approached the town last year with a proposal to add a large distribution center, adding up to 1,000 jobs, local officials considered it a great opportunity. There are other mayors and selectmen that would give their left arm to have Amazon in their town. Mayor Donald Trink said in a recent interview, it was worthy of our attention and our support. But instead of uplifting the community of nearly 30,000 people, more than a third of whom are Black, the development has sent the town up in arms. On at least 4 separate occasions in the past 3 months, workers building the Amazon warehouse found ropes. Now, these are workers who are building the Amazon warehouse. They found ropes that looked like nooses at the construction site. Their discoveries have set off clashes involving black workers. I guess there's some of these are black workers there that's helping put this Amazon warehouse together. Black workers, racial justice activists, town officials, and the numerous companies involved, raising questions about the responsibility of out-of-town companies to be responsive to local concerns, as well the ability of workers to challenge people in power. All right. And I'm not going to read any further. You got the gist of it. Let me just look at something else here. Let me read a little bit more. The disagreements have spilled into coffee shops and bars, the local press and town hall meetings, generating coverage from national and international news organizations. A rally in the middle of town meant to promote unity turned instead into a shouting match between the mayor and local activists, with protesters crying out, "Who hung the noose?" I could just hear them saying, "Who hung the noose? Who hung the noose? Who hung the noose?" Right? And another protest by racial justice activists is planned for Saturday. The workers and activists say their concerns about the nooses are not being taken seriously enough by many officials. And, what do you expect? Enough by many officials and the companies, including Amazon. Imagine that. The developer and the construction firm tied to the project. And the workers say they worry that if they speak up more, they will face retribution. I'm never a fan of someone wanting to speak up and then you trying to suppress them. I don't think that's cool at all. All right, but here we go again. Even, all these entities, they're telling you, hey, look, man, somebody's out here hanging nooses. I guess when they all get off for the day, and maybe through the nighttime, a group of people or a couple of people hanging ropes of nooses around when they come back to work, and some of them are black employees, they find like, yo, what's up with all these nooses around here? Like somebody's trying to send a message or be disrespectful. And so still in 2021, we got this going on. And so I guess as usual, we're going to continue to keep fighting, man, and do what you got to do. Stand up and let nobody try to intimidate you and put fear in your heart. Do what you got to do. Stand up and handle your business. All right. So that's another thing that was going on. All right. So there's been so many more. Feel free to put in the comments if I missed anything. There's been a lot going on in July. So yeah, I might do this for the rest of this year, do a monthly wrap up. I think I'm gonna be a little bit more thorough and pay more attention for August so I can jot down some things and break it down at the end of the month. If I don't already cover it, if it's something I cover, I'll just, I can go back to it. It's a lot easier to go back and refer to it. All right. So I appreciate y'all, man, checking out the show. I'm going to keep the party going as usual. I always said that I'm going to do at least 5,000 episodes. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Or if I don't know, I want to do it down the road, but that's my vision, forward vision. I'm going to do at least 5,000 podcast episodes. Now they're calling the video, because podcast is really audio, but the videos are going to get turned into audio and they're going to go on all the podcast platforms that I'm playing on. And so now they're calling it video casting or vodcasting. They kind of say it's like a podcast, video podcast. So I've been hearing those words lately, looking at the news. So, all right. So I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for checking out the show. I appreciate y'all for those who've been listening to me, who just listened to me on the audio listening platforms. Thanks for listening to the show. I probably should give y'all an email where you can comment in through email, but I always put a link. So for those who are listening to the show, I always put a video link so y'all can watch it in case you just want to watch it that particular time. And those who watch me, I always put the audio link so you can click on that and listen to it. So you might miss some things, or you might want to go back and you might be driving or running or exercising. You want to listen to it. You'll be able to click on the link and be able to listen to the show as well. So that all be put in there. All the links for the courses and the services will be in there as well, if they're not already, if I didn't put it in there already. So we'll get y'all covered with that. And so with that being said, man, you're rocking with the best thoughts of the week. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to be continuing more with the things young black men should know. I'm going to continue with the series. Like I always said, I'm not going to always have things back to back, but I'm still going to be putting out those jewels for them, because I've been seeing something different with these the younger black males coming up. They're not getting certain bits of information and things they need to navigate on the way this planet is and the way people are out here. So, but some of the stuff I do talk about can apply to not just the males, but the females too. So, but I'm kind of addressing it to the males, but a lot of the black women, young black ladies can use some of this information as well, but I'm gearing it towards the males. So whatever applies to everybody, you can pick that up and listen to the previous episodes and check that out. All right. So with that being said, much respect, one love. Appreciate y'all. You're rocking with the best thoughts of the week. I'm out. Peace.
Thank you.